What are you at, ladies and gentlemen? Lycos here, and today's video is going to be all about combat in No Man's Sky. I'm going to be showing you my favorite weapon in the game and the mods that you can get for it. Then we're going to take on some Sentinels, and I'm going to give you some tips on how to take those guys out, even the really big ones. And then we're going to be exploring a derelict freighter, and I'm going to give you some tips on how you can survive the enemies there and the harsh environment. So the first thing you're going to want to do is get yourself a multi-tool that's good for combat. Just go around to a bunch of multi-tool vendors on different space stations and have a look at the multi-tool and see what kind of stats it's got. You want to be getting one that has good damage potential. Now this weapon that I'm going to show you is going to be very effective in any multi-tool that you get, but it's a nice bonus if you can get a multi-tool with good damage potential. Now the weapon that I'm talking about is the Scatter Blaster. This is basically a very powerful shotgun. You're going to unlock this weapon in the anomaly. There's an NPC in the back of the anomaly that offers a bunch of mod blueprints for your multi-tool, and you can get the Scatter Blaster blueprint here, and you can also get another blueprint for a pretty good mod to go on it. If you're looking for a multi-tool with good damage potential, this is also a good place for you to check out. So when you're going from system to system trying to find a multi-tool, you can check out the space station and you can check out the anomaly as well. Now you're also going to want to get some mods for the Scatter Blaster. You can buy those from the multi-tool vendor on the space station. You're going to want 3 S-Class mods to connect to your Scatter Blaster. So you're not going to find them all in the one space station, so you're going to want to go from system to system to find those S-Class mods. Now you can also upgrade your multi-tool here. When I got my multi-tool, it was only a B class, and I did upgrade it to an A class, but it doesn't make a big difference in the damage potential. And it also costs a lot of nanites. Now if you guys are short on nanites, I'll link a video at the end of this one that has my preferred way to make units and nanites at the same time. Now that we got our Scatter Blaster, and we got our mods that we want, we're going to head down, take on some Sentinels, and see what this thing can do. In addition to our multi-tool, I would definitely recommend that you get some shield mods for your exosuit. If you get 3 S-Class shield mods for your exosuit, you're nearly invincible. And as you can see with the 3 S-Class shield mods, we're barely taking any damage at all. The multi-tool makes short work of the Sentinels. The only tip that I have for you here is when you're taking on the walkers, make sure you shoot the leg armor first. Now let's check out one of my favorite things in No Man's Sky, and that's the derelict freighters. I think there's a lot of potential in this content, and I would really like to see Hello Games do more with this in the future. Alright, let's land on the derelict freighter and make our way inside. All you're going to want to do when you go inside there is there's going to be a computer on your left, and you can use that to open the door. Your Scatter Blaster is going to make short work of any enemies that are inside the freighter. If you see these beams of light coming down, you can avoid them. But again, with the Scatter Blaster, you can just destroy these turrets really fast. So for me, I just go up to the turret, and the Scatter Blaster shreds through it pretty quick. But if you want, you can just avoid those beams of light, and you wouldn't have to deal with them at all. Now, besides the enemies, the environment here is very cold, so you're going to be losing hazard protection pretty quickly. Now, you can get mods to make your hazard protection even better against cold, but I don't have any on my exosuit, and it's certainly not necessary to be able to get through the derelict space station. One thing that makes it quite a bit easier is that all over the ship you're going to see these heaters, so just turn one of those on, and then your hazard protection will fill right up again, and then you can keep on going. You can find some really good stuff here. You can find some stuff that's worth hundreds of thousands of units. I actually found a thing that was worth over 500,000, so this is a decent way to make a bit of money. You're also going to be finding some tainted metal, and we'll be talking about that shortly. So we're making our way through room to room. Shouldn't be too difficult with the Scatter Blaster. You should be able to take out the enemies no problem. Besides that, make sure you're looking for your heaters, and you shouldn't have any problem making it through the derelict freighter. This is one of my favorite things to do in No Man's Sky. I love the environment. There's actually a sense of danger. I really wish that they would expand this system. Just picture this. You land on a derelict space station. This huge behemoth that's completely abandoned and completely infested with a hostile alien swarm. You and your squad are blasting your way through wave after wave of enemies as you make your way through this labyrinth of corridors, finding tons of loot on the way, and eventually making your way to this huge hangar complex. And in the hangar, you're going to come across the queen of the hostile aliens. This behemoth of a monster that's really difficult to take out, but when you and your squad finally do it, she dies. Just behind her is this amazing S-Class unique ship that you can claim for your own. It could be a unique, awesome reward, at the end of some challenging content. So what do you guys think of this idea? Let me know down in the comments. And Hello Games, please use my idea. That would be absolutely amazing, and I would love playing content like that in this game. Alright, so once we've finished the Derelict Freighter, you're going to get 3 different reward options at the end, so pick whichever one you want. I'm going to grab the nanites, and then we're going to make our way back to the space station. So back at the space station, make sure you talk to this guy, and you can turn in your tainted metal for a bunch of different rewards, and then you can also turn in the logs that you found on the Derelict space station for some more tainted metal. And he does have some pretty cool rewards. Alright guys, that is it for this one. Hope you got some useful information out of this video. And remember, let me know what you thought of my idea down in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and just remember, stay where you're at, and I'll come where you're to. Later everyone.